YouTubers are getting sued. Shilling gone wrong. Let's talk. Hello, humans, and welcome to another episode of Gen X Gamer. Guys, a lot of YouTubers in the financial sector that were aligned with a certain company allegedly are being accused, right, of some wrongdoings, if you will. And they're getting personally sued, right, for promoting the FTX crypto scam that turned out to be a disaster, not only for a lot of people, but a lot of companies, celebrities, so on and so forth. And guys, this is shilling gone wrong, right? I've been preaching to you about creating your own infrastructure, so you don't rely just on YouTube, you don't rely just on sponsorships, or you don't just rely on X, Y, or Z, right? You got to have a diversified stream of income, but you have to be careful who you deal with. Now, allegedly, right, when it comes to this particular space, these people are being accused of, promoting the crypto space when it comes to FTX without disclosing their financial interest. Now, a lot of them, are on camera saying, I got a six-figure deal. So we're talking about hundreds of thousands of dollars here that were paid to these people to promote. Did some of them disclose properly? Well, it looks like some celebrities might be in trouble, according to this lawsuit. But the way these lawsuits work is everybody gets sued, right? And, when it comes to lawsuits, when a lot of people lose money, that's the way it usually happens, right? But this is the first time that we've seen a company or a set of lawyers go in mass after YouTubers under a certain representation, right? And are these people responsible? That's what the court is going to determine, right? But whenever people lose this much amount of money, and you have these guys going on stream, right, saying I made this much and that much and the other, while they're getting paid, right? So it's different as somebody comes on stream and says, I invested, X amount of money in this, crypto, and I made it, I made this much. Whatever they did on their own. Okay. That's a claim that they can, back up with evidence. But if they're getting paid by the crypto owners to say that, and the reason they are, making all this money is because everybody's pumping it up and, the value's rising and these guys sell at the top. And that really is going to be the rub of it, right? How much money did these guys make before they jumped out? Did they make anything out of these investments? What did they do, as far as taking money? What did they know? They're going to go into all that. But the reason this is important, guys, more than anything, is that this is really the first time that YouTubers are held accountable for the things they are promoting. Who the sponsorship is. A lot of times YouTubers are quick and eager to jump to any sponsorship, and you don't know what the company on the other side is, right? That's the importance of having your own, infrastructure. Look, you can own, right, your own products and sell them. That's great. You know what you're selling. You know what you're putting out there. But it could be anything. It could be a coffee company, right? And it turns out the coffee company is using a undisclosed ingredient, and all of a sudden, what do? Right now, you're sitting out there and you're pumping this product out, and somebody's going to come after you, because what happens in lawsuits is typically what happens, for example, when I was involved in the building industry, right, years and years ago. Let's say I made a product that went on the outside wall, right? It was just there on the house. And let's say the house ended up having mold. Well, the company that would sue for the mold damage would sue everybody, right? They would sue the plumbers, they would sue the drywall guys, they would sue the electrical guys, they would sue everybody. And, unless you went out there and said, wait a minute, I don't have anything to do with mold, the product that I sell has nothing to do with that, you would just end up getting served. Everybody would get served. And then just as a matter of course, a lot of companies would just pay out. Right? They just say, okay, look, I don't even want to deal with the court. Here's X amount of money, leave me alone. And that's it. You just move on to the next to the next issue, right? So there is a reason why these companies hit everybody at the same time. But I think in this case, because the FTC's really been looking closely at what YouTubers are doing, this might have further ramifications, right? And you really have to be careful of the companies that you accept sponsorships from, right? If it sounds too good to be true, it probably is. I'm going to talk about this in another video because now we know there's more Fig Republic investment opportunities coming out there, and I want to talk to you guys about that. But in this case, it's really going to be interesting to see because you have celebrities, like Tom Brady and others that, spoke about these securities, which they own. And that's really the problem, right? When you don't properly discuss what you own and what your interests are, then you have a problem, right? I know it's funny to you guys when I say, look, don't believe anything I say because I own, Sony stock and Microsoft stock and Nintendo stock. I'm an absolute shill for these companies because I own the stocks. So it might sound funny to a lot of people, but it's the law. It's what you should know on the other side. If you want to shill, if you want to have financial interests, right, in these things, you have to disclose it. But it's a very big difference of me owning these stocks, right, going on my own and purchasing because I like these companies, because I believe in the products, than these companies actually coming and paying me to tell you that this is a great investment. There's a huge chasm there, right? If you buy, any of these products, it's going to help my retirement, of course, right? Right? Because these companies grow and the stock prices go up and all that stuff. But it's a very different deal if I tell you go invest in X, B, or C stock, right? And keep pumping it up. And then at the end, just say in a little disclaimer, oh, it's not financial advice, or, you have to do X, Y, or Z. No, I mean, clearly they feel they have some sort of case, even though, this feels like everybody's getting sued. This is the first time that YouTubers are being held to the fire, specifically in mass, right? When it comes to crypto, when it comes to investing specifically. And usually I would do this in my other channel, but there's so many opportunities just coming now, especially in the video game industry. You're going to see a lot more of this, right? And I know other YouTubers watch my channel, and thank you for watching, by the way. But this is what you have to watch out for. What is your liability, right? When you sign these NDAs, when you sign these contracts for sponsorship, what is your liability, right? And why is it important to be, an employee of whatever you're going to do, right? Rather than just somebody that just got paid X amount of money. Because I'm telling you, let's say, you work for a company like this and you sign a contract and you get $5,000 for a video, just to, give an example. Well, the first time you call a lawyer, there goes all your profit. It's gone, right? Was it worth the sponsorship? No, it's not even worth the headache. Right? But let's see what happens with this case. I'm going to be really interested to follow to see what happens. And I'm going to have a video later on today discussing the new opportunities being offered by several video game companies out there and what you should be aware of before you signed any of these NDAs. Guys, thank you for watching. I hope you have a great weekend. I'm going to go do some more packing. I'll catch you on the next one. Take care.
New videos every week. Make sure you don't miss out and subscribe.